Joining us this morning from the White House is Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius. Madam Secretary, good morning.
Good morning, Maggie. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Now, assuming that this does get past this second round in the Senate and becomes the law of the land, the president has what some say is an even bigger challenge, which is selling this bill to an American public, which, according to most polls, largely does not support it, and according to the latest CBS News poll, doesn't even understand it. 54% of the people that we polled say it's confusing. How does the president, considering the facts that the Republicans are out there constantly highlighting the problems with this bill, how does he convince the public?
Well, Maggie, I think what's been going on for the better part of a year is a lot of attempts to confuse and scare Americans. I am absolutely convinced, as is the president and the majority in Congress, that once people understand that we have new insurance rules once and for all, that insurance companies don't get to pick and choose any longer, that kids with pre-existing conditions and small business owners who have been locked and priced out of the market have a chance in a new marketplace to have the bargaining power that members of Congress have, that seniors have an opportunity to have lower pay for prescription drugs and more help for preventive care. These are all very positive moves. They'll go into effect gradually over the next couple of years, and I am convinced that once people understand what's in the bill and the fact that a lot of what they've been hearing has never been contemplated, has never been in the bill, that they'll be very enthusiastic about what Congress did last night.
You got the votes needed to pass this after the president promised to sign an executive order vowing that no federal funding would be used to pay for abortion. But an executive order does not trump the law. The president could rescind his order just as easily as he signed it. Do we have the word from the White House this morning that he will not do that he will not go back on this order, that it will stand no matter what?
Well, Maggie, the president has said from the beginning this bill was about health care for all Americans, for small business owners, for families.
But what about the
and
abortion question?
I'm going to respond that the law has been very clear for over 30 years. Frankly, what the president did is restate his belief that we will follow the law, but there's never been a doubt. The Senate language has been very clear. The law is very clear in the Department of Health and Human Services. For 30 years, we have always abided by the Hyde Amendment. We will continue to do that, and the president is just reemphasizing that in the executive order. Clearly, he intends to keep his word. He's kept his word all along. This is the kind of reform he said would happen if he were elected president. He talked about this for 2 years on the campaign trail, and here we are with finally a promise kept to American people that president after president has been trying to keep for decades.
All right, Secretary Kathleen Sebelius, as always, we wish we had more time, but thank you for taking the time this morning. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for visiting.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.